Money. There's a lot of it, but most of it is in the form of debts. Over 44 million Americans collectively hold nearly 1.5 trillion in student debt. That means that roughly 1 in 4 American adults are still paying off student loans. According to the Institute for College Access and Success, also known as TICAS, 71% of college seniors who graduated in 2010 has student loan debt, owing an average of $29,000 from 2008 to 2012. Average education debt increased 6% year over year. There are lots of big numbers and dire warnings. Is student debt the next housing bubble? Is it putting a drag on the entire economy? Is it stunting the future of today's college graduates and forcing them to delay marriage and start their own families? Student debt hits broadly but unevenly. Student debt is not just about young people. A new nationally representative survey by the Federal Reserve found that a quarter of all respondents had educational debt, either for themselves or for a child or a grandchild. According to the Urban Institute, 40% of people in their 20s have student debt, 30% of those in their 30s, and 19% of those in their 40s. But Urban also found that it affects some groups disproportionately. People of color are much more likely to have education debt. 34% of African Americans and 28% of Latinos have student debt, compared with 16% for whites, proving that student debt is in social injustice. It's not just how much debt you have that matters. Yes, law school graduates with $100,000 in debt face tough choices, but it's low-income community college students with $15,000 in debt that really struggle. They might have less debt, but their debt constitutes a much higher percentage of their income. A recent blog post by the Center for American Progress noted that for borrowers in the lowest quintile of household income, student debt averaged 24% of their income in 2010, compared with an average of 6% for all households. Ensuring that all people can afford a college education is important. It offers a degree of social injustice, ensures that talented individuals can excel despite their social status, background, and allows the country to remain competitive in a global economy that increasingly requires trained and talented workers.